What's up guys, it's Paralyzer here, and today I'm bringing you the ultimate Red Soldier Ant Buggy guide. I'm going to show you everything to do with these bugs, including how to unlock this buggy and everything that this buggy can do. Let's get straight into it, starting with how you unlock the Red Soldier Ant Buggy. The first thing you need to do is come to this area of the map right here and head inside of the snack bar ant hill. Now this is technically part of the main quest that you'll complete naturally, but you know, I'm going to show you how to do this anyway. So we're going inside of this anthill. Follow the path that I take all the way down to the bottom of the anthill, and once you get to the bottom, dig up this chest from under the ground. Inside, you'll find the snack bar anthill disc. Make sure you pick up that disc. Next, we need to go to the ranger station and insert the disc into it. This is like the burgle chips from the first game. Doing this will unlock the hatchery recipe, which you need to buy for 500 raw science, giving you both the hatchery and the ant nest. With that unlocked, you next need to head to the hatchery anthill. I'm going in the north entrance here. Follow the path that I take through the north entrance. This is the quickest way to get to the red soldier ant eggs that are inside of this anthill. You need to go inside, preferably bring a torch, and some kind of weapons are nice, but you can technically run this without any kind of weapon and just run past all the creatures that are in here. It's mostly ants, so you should be okay. Just follow the path that I take. We have to take a right, then we have to take a left, and then we have to take 2 more rights on the way in to get to the eggs. Then grab an egg and you're going to need to carry it out. Now while you're carrying the egg, if you get hit, it will drop the egg and you'll need to pick it up again. If you're going out, just do the opposite directions of the way in. So on the way in, we did right, left, right, right. On the way out, we're doing left, left, right, left. Once you've made it out of the anthill successfully, head back to your base. Once you're back at your base, you're going to need to build the hatchery next. For this, you need 6 weed stems, 1 acorn top, 5 acorn shells, and 5 mite fuzz. It's very, very cheap. That will allow you to then get the red soldier ant buggy, but you do need the saddle ingredients as well, which is 2 grub hide, 3 sprigs, and 1 acorn shell. So make sure you go collect that stuff too. You are also going to need to build the ant nest. Now, this is nowhere near as expensive. This is another cheap object. Now, this is going to cost you 6 weed stems, 6 clover leaves, 3 crude rope, and 1 acorn shell. So again, nothing too expensive. It's very cheap to craft. This is where you'll store your red ant buggies. You can have up to 6 of them at a time, which is a lot of red ant buggies. Once you have all the ingredients you need, you're going to head to the hatchery and you're going to plop that egg down, and it is going to incubate for 12 hours in game, which means you do have to wait a while. To pass the time, you could sleep or just continue to play the game as normal while you wait. Then after 12 hours, you'll see this little tick above the hatchery and it'll say it's ready to hatch. Go ahead and retrieve this from the hatchery to get your soldier ant buggy. If you have any issues retrieving this, I recommend that you quit out of the game, load the save back up, and try and hatch it as the first thing you do when you log in. This typically fixes the bug. Now that you've got your hands on your red ant soldier buggy, I'm going to show you everything you can do with this bad boy. First of all, we have the ability to ride it. You got a saddle for a reason. This guy can jump around. He can sprint as well. He does have a stamina bar, so there's only so much sprinting you can do before he has to recover his stamina. He can also attack, so he can kill things like weevils, like we did just there, very easily. He's not the best combat buggy, but he definitely can do some fighting. As you can see, he one-taps a couple of these little guys. We can also switch to gather mode by holding E on PC. The controls are on the right side under my face cam here. If I move this up slightly, you'll be able to see them a bit better. There we go. So if you hold E,
give me a hand here, bud.
You enter gather mode, which basically makes it so wherever you look, without clicking any buttons, it picks up everything that you look at in the general vicinity. So I'm not clicking anything except WASD right now. And whatever I look at, it's just picking it up off the ground instantly. It's a very useful mode. You can't sprint when you're in this mode though, so you are pretty slow. As soon as you sprint, you exit gather mode. As you can see, combat-wise, he's not bad. He can block as well in combat. So he has the ability to parry and to block while you're fighting. Another one of his special... So if we go here, boom, nice little parry. See? He blocks and then he can attack. He does have a health bar, obviously. He can die. But we'll show that off in a minute. If we go into the anthill here, you can pull out a torch with V, and that'll let you see. And then you can also hit H, which does a little dance, and recruit. You can see how this ant now has a little blue orb around it. That means this ant is now on my team. So wherever I go, if I get into any fights, the little red worker ant is actually going to be on my side. I believe you can recruit 2 red worker ants at a time if you're trying to do that, and they will be on your side to help you fight. Now, it's worth noting his chopping abilities. He can't chop tier 2. He's a tier 1 chopper only. He can munch through grass for you very easily, like dry grass. He also chops down regular grass planks too, so let's go ahead and show that off, like so. And then he has a carry capacity of 12, so if you're trying to carry items with him, he can carry them on the side just like that. He can also carry 1 bug egg too, so if you're trying to carry another red soldier ant egg, or an orb weaver egg, those are also an option. You'll also notice when I went in the anthill and such, that the ants don't aggro. So if you go anywhere near any red worker or soldier ants while riding this buggy, it won't aggro the ants. They're just friendly now. But yeah, if we go deeper into the hill here, you'll see the red soldier ant doesn't aggro me. That's because we're friends. We're best buds. And yeah, he doesn't want to fight me. So that's worth noting. It's kind of like the red ant armor from the first game in that sense. And then if you get off your buggy, you can also access his inventory with F. This guy has a total of 30 inventory slots that you can use to store stuff. You can pet your buggy as well. Very, very important thing to note. You can tell him to stay. So if you want him to stay where he is, you press Q. Walk away. He won't follow you. He'll just stay where you've left him. You can send him back to his nest. And that puts him back in the ant nest that you have them stored in. And you can then use T to call them back. But it does take a little bit for them to go home if you're far away from home. So I have to wait for him to go home. And then I should be able... There we go. I can call the buggy back. And then it says he's 4 seconds away, so we give him 4 seconds and he shows up just like that. Go back to the red ant nest now. If you head inside your house, you want to store your buggy outside first so that you don't kind of take him into your house with you because he'll follow you everywhere otherwise, or you tell him to stay outside the house. And you can also rename your buggy here with the rename option inside of the nest. Whatever you want to call your buggy works perfectly. Tells you how long he's been alive and how many times you've petted him. So let's go ahead and take him out here. We've got Chompy. And let me show you what happens when the buggy dies so that I can explain that to you as well. Here we have a ladybug. Let's go ahead and attack the ladybug. And let's watch Chompy get beat up. Now, Chompy's pretty weak. He's not going to take down a ladybug on his own. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so as you can see, Chompy is about to lose the fight here. The ladybug's going to win. It's going to knock your buggy out. You have 90 seconds to res your buggy. So you want to go over to your buggy, hold E to help them, and this will res them. So we're going to res our boy Chompy here before the timer expires so that he doesn't die. He does come back on low HP. That's what happens if you're on mild. If we up it to woe here, let's see what happens then. Boom, Chompy hits. Chompy gets taken down. Again, 90 seconds on the timer. If this timer expires on woe difficulty, the buggy will die forever if you do not revive them. They will be gone and you will never be able to get them back. However, if you're on mild or medium, it will send them back to the nest and there will be a cooldown before you can access your buggy again. Okay, so as you can see, Chompy's timer is counting down. He's not got long left to live here. Let's see what happens when it expires. Boom. It says your buggy returned to the nest to recover. If you try and summon him back, he takes 4 minutes to fully heal. After those 4 minutes, you can whistle to call him back to where you are. Or you can just go back home to your nest and pull him out of there. So yeah, if you're mild or medium, you are going to have to wait a full 4 minutes whenever your buggies die. However, if you're on woe like we are here, let's see what happens to Chompy when the timer expires. I don't think it's going to be good news for Chompy. If the timer runs out, your buggy will die. He's going to drop a little backpack that you can collect with all of his items in. as well as his body that you can loot for red ant parts. You don't get any sort of gravestone as of right now. There's no custom gravestones in the game. So yeah, that's all you get. There is one final thing this buggy can do, and that is to chomp through these dead roots that you see all across the map. Now, he's going to do that with his left click attack, and it's going to break through these roots, allowing you into a bunch of different caves, which is why you pretty much always have to have a buggy with you at all times, because he is probably going to be used everywhere across the map. There is a lot of dead roots you need to chop through in this map if you want to collect all the science, molars, upgrade rocks, and pretty much everything else that there is. So yeah, that is your ultimate Red Soldier Ant buggy guide. If you have any more questions about anything to do with the buggy, then feel free to leave them in the comments down below, and I will answer anything that you have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like on it. I'll see you in the next Grounded 2 video. Have a great rest of your day.